21st century, in the 20th century, and in the first 20 years of the 21st, it's not solved. The people have to get up, stand up, and stay up. The people must continue to march, to protest, to organize. Rapper and actor T.I. is calling for July 7. July 7. Don't nobody spend any money anywhere unless they spend in black. Now, this call is for black people, but I want to extend it, even though it's not my idea. I want to extend it to all people of conscience. Don't buy, and this ain't free advertisement, a Snickers. Don't buy nothing July 7th unless we're going to buy it from some black proprietor. I am proposing our weapons, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. I am proposing the book, the buck, the ballot. The book can be the good book. It may be Torah. It may be Bible. It may be Quran. It may be a medical book. Whatever it means to you. The book, the buck, and the ballot. We get our money together. Target Market News said, before COVID-19, it was estimated we were going to spend, black people, $2.5 trillion. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of donuts there, baby. We could have a peaceful, quiet, again, peaceful, quiet revolution off where we spend our money. We can weaponize our learning, weaponize our money. And then when we go to the ballot box, and I'm not mad at nobody. I admire it. But for example, Italians, Jewish people, other people, they get their education on, they get their money on, they try to consolidate their money, and it gives their ballot strength so that when politicians or politricksters come to them looking for votes, looking for people to slang their literature and campaign signs out here, it has power because you got your book going on, you got your buck going on, and it strengthens your ballot. Go ahead, Deacon Bruce.
Yeah, we have to come up with some way of energizing the people that's rallying and marching, to not only rally and march, but to look at the long picture. And the vote has to be done. They have to be energized as much as they're energized about marching to go and vote. I think at every rally they should have people to sign ballots, to sign up to be voters.
Voter registration.
Yes. And that's something that should be expressed so that all people that's leading these marches and rallies would do that. Because we not only need the people that's registered now, but we need the people that's running around and marching that's not registered to register, because they're energized. And the people that's energized is the ones that's going to get out and vote.
And
Trump why Trump gets away with only his 40%, because his 40% is energized, and the rest that go along with it just with people that help out. Because you have some Republicans that don't vote for Trump no matter what.
But I think you got some, and chime in when you're ready, Counselor. I think you got some Republicans that are starting to wake up and recognize that they were in error. But let me throw this on the table, my brothers. While we're talking about presidential electoral politics, we must be involved, but we must also look at the local, not only the mayors and council people and different boards, but the judges and the prosecutors. Because let me tell you something, they affect us, and they work with, too often, not all judges and prosecutors, but too many, obviously, work with the crooked cops. The crooked cops, the crooked judges, the crooked prosecuting attorneys are far oftentimes in cahoots with the police terrorism. Counselor?
I agree, and one of the reasons I want to go back to referee Hathaway for a minute, why I'm so behind him, is because most people I've talked to that are running for judge or staff or prosecutor, they'll say what I want to hear on the phone. I actually saw him out there marching. We need leaders, especially white leaders, white guys in power, white girls in power, to say, hey, you know what? The black community is getting compromised. We need to do our part here.
Yes.
And I don't see that as much as I would like right now. I cannot tell you how many leaders in power, white leaders in power, have contacted me that said, why are you involved in this issue? It's not your issue. You know what? It is everybody's issue.
That's right.
And that's what's frustrating the hell out of me. When I see people like Hathaway out there marching, I feel a sign of hope. But I want to know why I don't see more people out there doing it. And I know some people are scared. They're saying, hey, I got a job, I'm in a good situation, I need to leave in your cold, I don't want to rock the boat. We're past that. We have been watching this go on to shut our eyes and not doing anything for far too long.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, until it hit me in the face, I didn't realize how serious this issue was. And I'll tell you, I watch the beatings and the gravy yells every single day. No matter what I'm doing, I watch it every single day because it reminds me of how, I have a tough story growing up. I won't bore you with it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am privileged. And I'm lucky. I worked hard to get there. But anybody who's privileged does not realize the plight our country's in. They don't deserve what they have. We need to stand together. And I'm hoping more leaders in the white community understand the plight and get out there and walk, register to vote, and do the right thing. Look, everybody's problem. It's not just a problem in the black community. It's a problem in America right now.
I'm so glad you said that, Counselor. People who need people. When we see a hungry child, are we checking out, measuring the melanin content, or are we looking at a hungry child in rags? If we see a hungry child in rags, be they black, blacker than the ace of spades, or white as loose leaf paper, feed that child, help that child, try to find out where the family is or whatnot. Do what you can do. That's what we need to do, and stop saying it's not my problem. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I'm my brother's keeper. Yes, I'm my sister's keeper. The commandment of love, the precipice of servant leadership. Servant leadership, not praise me leadership, is based upon love, is based upon giving, is based upon sacrificing. And I don't have to know you to love you. That's the way the good Lord set this thing up. Human beings should have some love and respect for one another, whether if we know each other or not, because the same God that blessed me with life, the gift of life, is the same God blessing you. Lorenzo, what, we up at a break now, Lorenzo?
In about 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay, I'm going to throw it back to Deacon Bruce.
He dropped from the line.
Oh, he's gone? Okay. Counselor, you got about a minute and a half before we go to break. But I want you to stay with me, but go ahead, my brother.
I think we really, to echo everything the minister said right now, we need people of all colors to stand up for this issue. Because, I think a lot of the white lawyers and white politicians are missing the point. If our skin tone was different, we might be in fear driving down the street.
Right.
We are, the white privilege thing is something I never realized because, I work hard, good things happen, that's great. But it's been so much easier for somebody like me to achieve success than the poor black kid in Detroit who doesn't see a way out. And we need to bridge those gaps and work as a team.
Yes.
I'm not seeing that happen enough right now. What happened to the Garveyites, what I keep hearing is, well, it's the first time it happened in Washington. That's a damn lie. It's the first time it's been captured on tape in Washington. And that's what really keeping me up at night. I can't get past that.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Hold on, Counselor family. We're up at a mandatory break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You can be a friend. Call a friend, text a friend, and tell them the Get Up, Stand Up, Truth in Vision show is live. We'll be back momentarily. If you want, now stay woke. They gon' find you, gon' catch you sleeping. Now stay woke.
Have you been denied credit or hit with high interest rates? A low credit score happens to many of us, and millions of people are victims of incorrect items on their credit reports and don't even know it. That's why you need credit repair now. Our proven process has resulted in past clients seeing on average 11 negative items removed from their credit report and a 40-point increase after the first 4 months in our program. Call now and request your credit report and credit score for free in minutes. Call 1-800-783-9197. Listen Listen up, America. Are you or a loved one suffering with an addiction to alcohol, opiates, prescription painkillers, or other drugs? There is hope. Medication-assisted treatment is proven most effective for opiate addiction recovery. Utilizing medications such as methadone, Suboxone, and Subutex, combined with inpatient treatment, you can achieve lasting recovery. Most insurance is accepted, so call us now. Please call 800-625-5860.
So you decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's Independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including...
Did I lose the call? Call Bruce back and ask him, did he hang up or, did the call drop? Like mine dropped. Hey, I my call dropped.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. Okay. His phone probably died. Deacon Bruce was good, though. Still a jam from the movie Get Out. All right. We ready? All right, family. We're back live. This is the last half hour of our show. Let me make a couple announcements before I bring the attorney back. Drug addiction, alcohol addiction is tearing up the community. It's tearing up all segments of the community. And unfortunately, like most things, if it's bad, certain people, it's disproportionate. If it's good, certain people are almost clearly cut out. Grateful addicts in recovery. One addict helping another towards freedom from active addiction. Addiction hotline. Get your pens, family. 888-892-4797. 888-892-4797. The only shame is there's no shame in needing help. The only shame is needing help and not being able to get help. There are a lot of people who are suffering emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse. The Safe House Center, they are not looking for money. They don't want to know if you got a relationship with Blue Cross, Blue Shield. They just want to help you. 24-hour helpline, 734. There's a lot of people committing suicide. They can't take it. I mean, look, we're all broken to one degree or another, starting with Malik. Every human being on this earth, because of the society we live in and the disconnection of us, one human being to another, one group to another, in various ways, days, plays, and degrees, we are all broken. Ain't no shame. Just get up, stand up, and get the help you need. And then help somebody else and help another. The Safe House Center 24-hour helpline, area code 734-995-5444. Area code 734-995-5444. If there's one person, you can be from Bangladesh, you can be from Poland, you can be from Azerbaijan, you can be from Egypt, you can be from Tanzania, you can be from Mexico or Cuba, you can be from the Bronx. I don't care where you're from. But if you're listening and you need that number, it's 24 hours. Please don't damage yourself. Please don't damage anyone else. And please don't let nobody damage you. If one person's life is saved tonight, then my labor is not in vain. 734-995-5444. Counselor? Continue on, brother.
Yeah, one thing that was really bothering me, and I want to actually get your insight on this, was as I was studying the cases of Dan and Shaquem, I look back at history, seeing other bizarre prosecutions, things that didn't seem right, and one of the things that's really hit home was the Atlanta child murders. You remember that case?
I do.
Early 80s?
I do.
Okay. I never believed Wayne Williams was given a fair trial if he was guilty of the crimes. And there's been so much evidence that has come out that was hidden. And one of the things that was brought up in the 5-part documentary on HBO recently was that the Georgia Supreme Court was going to overturn the conviction. And Mr. Williams, a appellate lawyer, worked on this case for years. And he needed a 2-to-1 vote on the Georgia Supreme Court to overturn Mr. Williams' conviction in the new trial. And 2 of the judges were going to do it. And then there was a phone call. And the appellate lawyer said, I don't know if it was Bush, if it was Reagan, or the governor of Georgia, but they told the Georgia Supreme Court, if you overturn this, and a white man is convicted of killing those black children, the city throwing the birds to the ground, so do not overturn the conviction. I want you to think about that, because that was 40 years ago.
Right.
Have we really made much progress?
Not enough. It seems like it reminds me of a Paula Abdul song, and I don't want to tear it up, but what it say, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or 2 steps back? Well, sometimes it's like we make 5 steps forward and 6 steps back. We elected an African-American POTUS And I'm not trying to diss Obama, but he brought the best thing out of Obama. We got pride in seeing a intelligent black man in the White House. The brother wasn't slanging a mop or a broom, and we saw how he loved his woman. I think that's so important for these children, but there was a backlash. What we see right now going on, and the alt-right, Tea Party, Klan, what we see going on is a direct response to a brother in the White House who he wasn't the secretary of this or that. He was the president. We're seeing that, so it lets us know, although we've come a long way, we still have so much further to come. And I thought the same thing, that my man's did not do it. He may have been different. Some folks would call him weird or whatever. But that's his right. But they put it on somebody that they could put it on. And I think they needed to put it on someone black, because like the late but still great Dick Gregory said, he said that they were after the interferon in these black boys, and that they were drained of it. I don't know, but I do know that people have done all kinds of weird experiments on people. They've done weird experiments on black people, on poor people. We cannot forget about eugenics movement. We cannot forget about Tuskegee experiment. We cannot forget about our own U.S. military troops having to sit down near a nuclear explosion, and the radiation and the looking at it and all of that. We cannot forget these kinds of things. I suspect, counselor, that some white folks, clannish folks, were involved in those Atlanta child killings, and that people were afraid of a race war. So to solve it, let's get a Negro, a so-called bizarre kind of Negro, and let's blame it on him and squash this thing. Because, see, black folks was ready to fight about our children, and rightfully so. We should have fought then, and we need to fight now. But how we gonna fight? We need to build. We need to build. We need to build. We do not want POTUS, coochie grabber, declaring martial law, or Rex 84, or Operation Cable Splicer, or King Alfred Plan, or any of that Novus Ordo Seclorum, New Order of the Ages, New World Order shite on us. And see him going to that church with his staff and the Bible, po man. He going by, like the elders used to say, he going by the Bible, goes by the Bible, but very rarely going in it. I believe in then telling the governors that they're weak, and if you don't solve it, I'm coming. I'm going to bring the pain. Let's be wise, family. We can't win necessarily with the gats and the rat-a-tat-tats. But the book, the buck, and the ballot, we can win. Continue on, brother counselor.
With the Wayne Williams case, Charles Stoner was a huge KKK member that lived in Georgia, and he bragged and confessed about killing many of those black children. And the government kind of swept it under the rug because we had to pin it on a black man. We had no choice based on economics. That was the argument people made. Now, Atlanta's done amazing things, but I'm going to tell you right now, there's a potentially innocent man that lost his life to economic progress. And the true killer was never brought to trial. What does that say about the victims' families? Did they ever get justice? I mean, people forget about that, because if it was a white child that was killed, white children killed by a black man, what do you think would have happened then?
I feel you. We have so many. Oh, go ahead. Continue on.
One thing I'm trying to tell people, because I have lost some friends in this battle, and it's just, you learn about people in these situations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You really start learning, it's eye-opening. But one thing I try to tell everyone is put yourself in the shoes of the opposing party. Put yourself in the shoes of the cop, and then put yourself in the shoes of Tenia. Now, if you put yourself in the shoes of the cop, that woman was no threat to him, there's nothing wrong. I can't wrap my head around it. But the ones that are supporting the cop, how did they feel that with their mother, their sister, their wife that was beaten? What would they do in that situation? If the cop was black and Shatina was white, would we be on the air right now? Would we talk about this issue? So I think justice needs to be colorblind.
Yes.
The rule's got to apply to everybody equally.
Yes.
That's what we don't have right now. We do not have it. And I was talking to a few prosecutors, and it's a funny thing about word behavior. I want to get your insight on this, but there's a prosecutor. I'm friends with this individual, and it's in a county which is known to be somewhat racist, but I usually defend white defendants in this county. I have this young black man, and I felt like hell, and I got the job done. But I said to this prosecutor, who's a court agent, I said to them, why were you going so hard on this kid when there were other cases of far greater felons where we just went through the motions? But with this young man, for his whole life ahead of him, which made a minor mistake, you raised this a war issue. And finally, we got the job done. I said, do you realize you went hard on him because he's a young black man? Like, you tried to throw the book at him unmercifully? And there's been similar white defendants with much greater offenses